I got this little sponge thing a couple years ago, maybe 5 years ago now, for Christmas because it was on my list. That's what gets said every year when we give gifts. It was on your list. This was on my list. Yes, this thing for cutting board, waxing and conditioning. And I use it on my countertops because I have butcher block countertops across my kitchen. And at one point I did consider sealing them with like a food grade like sealer, but I wax them instead because I just like the look of it, but it does take some doing. And I was just using a cloth, but the wax would soak in and I felt like I was wasting a lot of the wax, so I don't do that anymore. I use this instead, and I use it on cutting boards. I use this on all kinds of things. I'm gonna show you how I use it. I've just done my countertops actually yesterday using this, and I think I've had it like 3 to 5 years. I don't remember when I got it. But it has a nice wood handle that is very comfortable to hold, so I'm not trying to grasp onto a like cloth all the time. I don't have to keep a cloth wrapped up in a Ziploc bag so that I'm not wasting the oil. I use a countertop wax when I do my counters, and this is the one I use, and I like this one. I've been using it forever. And I've had my butcher block countertops for like 11 years now, almost 12, I think. But I use it on this cutting board. I'll go ahead and show you how I use it on this cutting board. I have these little cutting boards that I use continually in my kitchen. I have a lot of wood grain. I have this, I can just like rub this. I can grab this out of the cabinet because it'll retain some of the wax in there, and I can just wipe things down if they start to look dry, because your wood grain things will start to look dry. So I can just rub it down, and it doesn't put so much on it that like with this, that it affects my paper towels, which I love. So let's go ahead and condition this cutting board that I have. Okay, so on this cutting board, I've just put a little bit of the wax on there, the wax conditioner, and you just go with the grain of your cutting board. So you could have a little one, you can have a big one. Makes it go super far. And do the edges too. I always use the back side of this cutting board because my granddaughters gave me this cute little one for Mother's Day. And this just makes it really easy to be able to grab it out of my pantry or out of my cabinet that I'm got it stored in, and I can just go real quick across it. And I do let it sit for 20 minutes or so, and then I'll put it back to where it's being stored. But I always use the back of this one. But this is going to keep this so much nicer, and it's not going to get all dried out. It is really important to keep your non-finished cutting boards and things conditioned. Like this one, actually, it gets dry around the bottom. So I'll take these off, and I'll just kind of go one at a time with the grain of this wood. And then I will also do, you can kind of see where it's dry there. I'll just do like the bottom of it, and it'll just look much nicer, and it will keep it hopefully from splitting and doing those things, and I'll be able to use my things a lot longer. That's what it does for my wood grain my wood grain countertops. Also, I have a big cutting board that's made out of this countertop material where we cut the sink out, so I can use it for that. But I really do love it. It's so comfortable to hold, and it's quality, and I've been using it for a while. It's not separating, but I can just take it when I'm cleaning out my kitchen and go ahead and go over all of the things that are wood in my kitchen. And it doesn't get all pooly and all like shiny. It just puts kind of enough on there to do the job it needs to do. So if you are looking for something to use on your wood grain items in your kitchen, any of them actually, that do not have a finish on them, I have really loved having this. Look, I can just hold it and go across the top there because, and my hands aren't getting all icky. When I used a cloth, my hands would get all like oily, and my hands don't get all oily. So it makes it really easy. Check this one out for yourself. I really like this one.